Well, it looks like animation is doing good for the rest of the year after that disgraceful, despicable before. It's kind of a shame that I don't have a bad animated movie to rant on, but at least animation is getting better. I mean, we got the surprise that was Transformers 1. You got amazing masterpieces like Moana 2 and The Wild Robot. And and we're ending the year off with the Lord of the Rings, the War of the Rohirrim, which could be one of the absolute best animated films of the year. What could go wrong with animation for fall 2024? Oh no! Oh no! A bad animated movie that came out of nowhere. Well, since I love ripping up bad animated movies to shreds, I'm gonna do this one a favor too. It's no exception. Oh, what the fuck did I just watch? Hey guys, this is Frozen Wish Stews here, and welcome back to another review. Scratch that. This is no ordinary review. This is not even an ordinary rant. This is an extreme rant on Hitpig. Oh, sorry, more like shit big, I should say. Yeah, that should be the word to use for this film. Shit big. Yeah, I'll be calling this film a shit big for the rest of the video. So, Shit Big is an animated film that came out of nowhere, and it came out in the year 2024. It came out in November 2024. I forgot when. Oh yeah, it was November 1, I believe. Yeah, November 1. And is directed by David Fies and Cindy Angelini, if you can even call them directors. And it stars Jason Sudeikis, Lily Sainz, Rainn Wilson, Anita Etesra. Well, yeah, and also Andy Serkis as well. I'm actually reading the cast right now. This is literally only my first time seeing that Andy Serkis was in this. But it says here that he played the newscaster, so probably just a cameo role. I didn't even hear Andy Serkis' voice while watching this film. But anyways, yeah, moving on. So the film tells the story, if this even is a story to you, of a pig bounty hunter named Hitpig, who accepts his next hit, Pickles, a naive, ebullient elephant. Though he initially sets out to capture the perky elephant, the unlikely pair find themselves crisscrossing the globe on an adventure that brings out the best in both of them. This evil circus guy named the Leaping Lord of the Leotard, what kind of a name is that? Who basically kidnaps Pickles, but only to say that someone else did it and hire Hitpig and makes him an offer he can't refuse. And so you find out that was actually the circus guy who kidnapped, who trolled the Hitpig into doing this mission, even though he's the one behind it. And blah 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 blah. Who the fuck cares? So yeah, now I know you guys have never heard of this movie before. Well, neither did I, but I did eventually hear about this film close to its release date, back in October. Yeah, like a few days before this movie actually came out in theaters. And the only reason I watched this movie is just to see a bad animated movie, because I gotta be honest, I actually do miss it. I actually do miss ranting on bad kids movies, because they're a lot of fun. Yeah, especially despite the physical media community. But and no, I'm not saying I hate those bad anime movies just to just to piss off the physical media community, because I'm not an animation hater, but every time I rant on an anime film, they just give me backlash after backlash, even if it's an anime film that actually well deserves the hate, like the Emoji Movie, for example. Yeah, yeah, emoji movie is a film that the most intelligent people, the most intelligent critics in the world, like me, hate. But yes, people, but animation shills still got mad at me for it. Cause the emoji movie is underrated. You only, it's a good movie. Stop hating on kids movies. Yeah, so I wonder how they're going to react to me, like with this one. And Hitpig is basically the Arctic Dogs of 2024, where it's an anime film with a well-known cast that came out of nowhere that had no marketing, but then yeah, it started and then it came out. The only difference is that while Arctic Dogs did actually get some recognition by animation fans, yeah, because of just how bad it is. Nobody actually gave a shit about Hitpig. Nobody saw this movie. No one cares. So I know you guys are wondering. So Frozen, if you think that people don't care about Hitpig, why are you ranting on it now? Yeah, because I just wanted to do. I only watched this film to make a rant in it because I was just in a mood. But, yeah, I saw the movie today, like earlier, like I think a few hours ago, and after seeing the film for myself, I gotta say, this is a fucking piece of shit. Yeah, this is even worse than I ever imagined. And man, it's kind of a shame that I went from reviewing one of the best movies of all time, Return of the King, to this piece of shit right here. Like, one of the worst movies of 2024. And yeah, and not only is Hitpig one of the worst movies of 2024, but it's worse than I hate this more than any other live action movie. So I am going that far. Yeah. Now we got 4 animated movies that I hate more than every single live action movie of the year. Like, I mean, movies that are like this one being worse than something like Harold and the Purple Crayon, Afraid, and blah blah, and all that horrible ones that I can't think of at the top of my head right now. But yeah, now we got Despicable Me 4, Mega Might versus the Doom Syndicate, Saving Bikini Bottom, the Sandy Cheeks movie, and now Hitpig. Seriously, what the fuck is happening to animation? Yes, sure, my favorite movie 2024 is an anime film with Inside Out 2, and also I adored Moana 2 in the Wild Robot, and I already know I'm going to adore the Lord of the Rings, the War of the Rohirrim, no matter what the sexist and the SJWs have to say about that. Oh yeah, and I might make a video on the War of the Rohirrim like before it comes out, because yeah, the reputation for that film worries me. But I am not worried about my own thoughts in it, because fuck reviews. Okay, well, yeah, Hitpig is one of the pure examples of how not to do animation. It is an absolute nothing of a movie where its only purpose is to babysit kids and torture parents. That's it. And this doesn't even qualify as a harmless, fun animated film, because the movie is it's so boring. I mean, seriously. How can anyone actually find ironic and enjoyment? Like, no, not unironic, ironic enjoyment. Yeah, I mean, I've seen some Letterboxd reviews where they literally praise this movie, calling it a so bad as good, but some even straight up give this a pass. Yeah, and even the Rotten Tomatoes score is so way too generous with a 55%. Seriously, how the fuck can anyone actually like this movie? Even animation shells, like, the physical media community, I can actually see them hating this one because there's literally nothing to like about this. So, yeah. And so, are there any positives about this film? Nope, absolutely not. Well, the only one compliment I can give this film is that good thing this movie has no attention. No one's watching this. Everyone's avoiding it. And good. But at the same time, I kind of wish people saw this. Why you may ask? Well, because Moana 2 is another movie that released in November 2024. It's getting slammed so hard with these bad reviews and calling it the worst animated film of fall 2024. Well, if you thought Moana 2 was the worst movie of November 2024, then you should watch this one because this is going to make you apologize to Moana 2. And you should apologize to Moana 2 because Moana 2 is like way better than this piece of shit film. Yeah, this is certainly the worst movie of November 2024. Best movie of November 2024, Wicked. Worst movie of November 2024, Hitpig. Who agrees? Okay, where do I even start with all my negatives? Yeah. Oh, let's just say this right now. The animation is Megamind versus the Doom Syndicate. That was bad. It's like as if they released the Megamind versus the Doom Syndicate in theaters, but barely improved the animation. That's how this movie feels like. And I'm sure that's how it would feel like to those who those like 2% of people who actually saw this movie in theaters. I don't know how this even managed to get a theatrical release because it should have went straight to streaming. It felt like a freaking streaming animated film. The voice acting is absolutely awful, especially Jason Sudeikis and Rainn Wilson, who clearly did not give a shit. Jason Sudeikis has sounded just like himself. He sounded just like Red from Angry Birds movie Duology, and that's not a compliment. The story is probably the least bad thing about this movie. It's more of just a whatever story. I mean, sure, the story is stupid in some areas, but when you look at this as just but when you look at the premise, it's basically just your typical a hero must rescue a kidnapped animal. Yeah, like no one. I couldn't care less. I think that, but that's at least. But yeah, the most positive thing about this film is that it's something that I just couldn't care about. Yeah, that tells you how bad it is. And the villain was not only extremely annoying, but so stupid. He traps Pickles the elephant and takes her away only to pretend someone else kidnapped her when he was the one who did it. What kind of a villain and antagonistic plan is that? Oh, and don't get me started on him using the circus stadium. Yes, it's a stadium, not a tent, as a rocket ship that actually manages to go into space with a crowd of audiences on board. Wow, so stupid. Oh my god, okay, yeah, and this movie's boring. The pacing is so, seriously, it's 85 minutes long. How the fuck can you make an 85 minute movie just this boring? But the worst thing about this film is the fucking piece of shit humor. Did Illumination secretly write this film's humor? This does have your typical bad kid jokes in a way. One example is when this skunka character in the beginning farted and then the fart exploded, and also Hitpig's rocket van's engine was apparently makes fart noises. Yeah, so funny, ha ha ha. But this goes beyond just those. This movie is so full of endless pop culture references. Yeah, sure, don't get me wrong. I know that a lot of these kids movies have pop culture references, but this probably has the most pop culture references I have ever put to an anime film. Well, besides the anime films that are about pop culture references, yeah, this film It tries to be so cool and hip with a young crowd, and it does that by making these random as hell pop culture references that have nothing to do with the film, or at least in a way, kind of. Yeah. Now, I did pick up some pop culture references that they said in this film that I'm going to say in this video what they are, and trust me when I say, well, yeah, whatever. Let's list them down. These pop culture references: Aquaman, Spider-Man, The Godfather, Taylor Swift, The Mandalorian, Beavis and Butthead, Batman and Robin, Ben and Jerry, Dumbo, etc. And that's not even half of the pop culture references they said in this film. That's just what I remember. Yeah. Oh, and also there's a joke where a woman shows the security guard her lip balm in an X-ray. Like she just cares and said, "Oh, it's just a lip balm." And then the security guard was like, "Oh, you said bomb!" And then immediately arrest her. Like as if her saying lip balm is like her saying lip balm. Get it? Because bomb sounds exactly identical to bomb. Ha 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 ha. Seriously, who was this movie made for? Like, I know I can see that this movie is being aimed towards babies, but should this movie even be called a baby movie with all these stupid quote unquote adult jokes? Well, they're not even adult jokes, but they just, even though this movie thinks they are adult jokes, yeah. You know what? Fuck this shit. I'm done. So overall, Hitpig is the Arctic Dogs of the 2020s decade, but worse. It is one of the worst animated films of the year, one of the worst movies of the year in general, one of the cheapest and ugliest, most boring and annoying and painful animated movies to ever, for me to ever endure. So whatever. With that said, guys, I'm going to give Hitpig, of course, 0 stars out of 5. Worthless movie. So do me a favor, either don't watch this movie or watch it only just to prove that, just so you can see Moana 2 isn't really the worst anime movie of fall 2024. So that's all for my extreme rant and Hitpig. Like, have you seen this movie yet? If you have, what are your thoughts on it? Do you agree with me that Hitpig absolutely fucking sucks? Or do you think that, do you, like, somehow find some ironic enjoyment to it? Oh, and also I almost forgot to mention, if you thought Red 1 was the worst movie of November 2024, well, this just might take the cake once you watch it, because honestly, truth be told, I actually defend Red 1. I actually do defend Red 1. I think Red 1 is not only my guilty pleasure movie, but my biggest guilty pleasure ever. So anyways, comment down below, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned for my review on Gladiator 2. Bye, guys.